guys, welcome back to Say Mojo Homestead. We are back working in the garden today, and I am so excited to finally be back in here. So my favorite thing that we're doing right now is, of course, the greenhouse. And with the greenhouse building, there are some things that are going to change in our garden, and I am super excited about an unexpected one that will give us a little more growing space. So it'll be good.
It will be good. So let's get started on the greenhouse.
Yes.
Really just trying to get the siding up, or more of it anyway. So we're doing kind of a flap thing where we're overlapping the siding. So working on that. While I was out here earlier, check that out, guys. It's probably not looking too bad right now, but sliced my nose on this fence behind me. So frustrating, but such is life sometimes. All right, got a new battery. That one's dead. This one's good.
I love the character of all the windows. I'm super excited about the uniqueness and the story behind some of the windows. So I'm really excited that, that it's unique and has a lot of character. It feels like it's fitting for our homestead.
Yeah, character.
Yes.
Here you go, guys. You want to hold it? We'll let him chill with you.
We got most of it closed in today. We have 3 sides to our greenhouse. We're going to leave the front open until we get all the furniture and stuff we want in here.
So, garden expansion. Kind of somewhat unexpected. I mean, we were kind of thinking in this direction, but I'm excited about what we were able to get done.
Me too.
Originally, the plan was just bring the garden fence straight to the front corner of the greenhouse, and then basically leave the garden as it is. But once the greenhouse kind of got in, the footprint was in, and I was looking around, like our banana tree is out there. So it's been outside the garden. So I was thinking, hey, this is like garden expansion space.
Yes.
And it actually showed up in the design. Like I went ahead and drew it into the design. But today we are really finalizing like how we want it and the fence and everything.
Yeah. I'm really excited about having some extra growing space that also is a little bit different as far as sun and shade goes, because it gives us some more options for things that we could potentially grow. Also, a little bit of a backstory. Every time we would come to this property before we built, I had this thing for the rocks on the property. I loved to just go sit in them and on them and dream with the Lord about what this place would eventually be. And so I saw this opportunity to kind of have these rocks in our garden space and the potential for another place to come and sit in the garden and dream with the Lord or pray or whatever. So as we were discussing the placement of the fence, and I started looking at these 2 rocks next to the tulip tree, I really got excited about potentially adding them into the garden. And we were able to do that. So I think that it's going to be a good addition to this space.
Yeah, so, and also that was one thing, like we needed to decide, do we want the tulip tree in the garden, outside the garden? Not that it's that big of a deal, but did decide to put it on the outside. When you do stuff like that, it sort of makes that barrier go away a little bit, minimizes it a little bit. So when you got a focal point like outside the immediate area. So yeah, and the tulip tree was purposely planted there to kind of anchor the rocks in hopes that one day those rocks would become like a little focal seating area. Little did I know that we were going to be expanding the garden into this area. So I'm also very excited about that. And it's tucked away.
Yes.
So, I mean, it is like right on the road front, but as far as the rest of our property, it's very tucked away in the back corner, and great spot just to kind of come be alone. You can see the greenhouse, and we'll have another little room outside the greenhouse.
Yeah.
I love getting more rooms in. And so, yeah, excited about that little space. Yeah. So what are you thinking that we're going to like utilize this space for this year? Now I will say, like, this space does have to continue to be like developed as far as the soil in it. It's not awful because we have always had our wood chips dumped here. And so the remains of the piles have been laying here. And I mean, we do have a pretty good, like, very top layer of broken down wood chips, compost, and stuff like that. But it does still need some work. As far as, like, right now, what do you...
I feel like we've really struggled with a really good place for our sweet potatoes to be able to just run. One year we had them at the front of the garden in the beans. They did really, really well there. But I think having a place where we can just put them for now until we finalize what it will look like as far as design-wise. I think that will be a good place this year to have potatoes, have our sweet potatoes go. Eventually, I would love for them to be I would love for it to be some intentional beds with some walkways, kind of like what we have in the rest of our garden.
Yeah, I mean, so one of the little loops that kind of ventures outside the spiral does come close to that area. And so kind of in my head, what I'm envisioning is that path will basically just continue on into this new space and become like just this rounded path that just sort of goes in and then swings right back out, but goes by the rock so you can get to that, access that. Basically encircle the banana tree, so that's going to be the focal point, and then have stuff planted around it.
Yeah, the really big thing we need to do this year, because we haven't paid attention, is really pay attention to the sunlight and the shade, and figure out, what the microclimates are, especially in the back side of the greenhouse, under the trees. So that's the big thing we have to watch for this year as we kind of plan what will be in there.
I'm excited about the potential to have like a mushroom garden back there.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. So the other thing is we are getting close to baby goats. They are due this week, and so very excited. Could be as early as Wednesday, or as late as this weekend, but we're pretty sure. We know they're all pregnant. They've all bagged up. Not all of them, but the ones that we figured were pregnant have all bagged up, like good to go. So we'll kind of have a video coming out later with the goat births, but also just, getting everything ready and stuff like that.
Yeah. We're super excited about that. Let's go ahead and do highs and lows.
Okay. So my high this week was I got to teach at our Wednesday night service at church. That was a lot of fun. I spoke on mentorship and just the importance of that, because I think that in all aspects of life, that is very important, whether it's in homesteading, just life in general, spiritual life, all of it. So that was fun to get to talk about another passion of mine outside of homesteading. My low is probably that Selah was sick earlier in the week. So, we're hoping that the sickness is out of here. Not feeling great today though, so we'll see how that plays out. We'll see. Hopefully it's nothing. Get some rest and move on.
Yeah. So my high is that we are officially into show season at the dance studio. So I get to pick out costumes and talking to prop master about props and set and all that. So that's fun. My other high was that I got to sit and hang out and work in the garden this weekend, because I don't get to do that every weekend anymore now that it's competition season. So I enjoyed just being able to work and be in the garden. My low is also that Selah was sick. She actually came to work with me because there isn't really anyone there when I work. She was able to come and just sit tucked away in the church, but I had to work and deal with her. I hated it for her, and just hated that it was going through the house. So
our other high though, little small update, family update, is that we got to hear from John really for the first time last Sunday. So that was really good. He is doing well for the most part with basic, all things considered. So that was really good. Good to hear from him. And we get to hear from him again today. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
But that's all that we have for you this weekend. We're going to go get some rest. I hope that sickness is staying away from your household and your home. Yeah. If it is there, then get some rest also. But otherwise, guys, have a great week and be blessed.